Defense and trial attorney Misty Marris is joining me right now. Good to see you. So does it seem like this was excessive, or is this tantamount to a sex assault or sex trafficking allegations kind of investigation?
So the reason that you see this type of a raid, number one, it's to make sure that evidence isn't destroyed. We see a coordinated effort, Miami, Los Angeles. That's to make sure that everything is preserved. You're kind of taking them by surprise. Now, the second piece of this, going in with guns, the amount of agents, that indicates that they might have anticipated some resistance. We know in some of these civil lawsuits, there had been allegations raised about gun use, gun trafficking. Perhaps they thought there could be guns at the homes and that there would be a threat or a risk. And that's when you see this type of, tremendous amount of police force with arms going into these properties. So I think that under the circumstances, it really depends on what that underlying warrant says, but that's approved by a judge.
So among the things reportedly seized, computers and cell phones. But what does this tell you about the phase of the investigation, involving Homeland Security Investigations in New York, Miami, Los Angeles?
Yes, so this starts in New York, and it tells me that these are federal crimes, of course, because this is federal jurisdiction. So we're looking at the sex trafficking type of crimes. We're looking at those relating to federal, as opposed to state level crimes, which would be sexual assault. So there's something more to this than the allegations that we've seen in these civil lawsuits. Now, interestingly enough, in both Cassie's lawsuit and in another lawsuit brought by Rodney Jones, they referenced a lot of video. They said that there were videotapes, that there were videos in the home that were capturing some of these acts, which they called sex trafficking, in those civil complaints. P. Diddy was stopped at the airport. His phone was confiscated. This tells me that the electronic footprint is something that the federal government is very, very interested in and is looking at very closely in this investigation, determining whether to take next steps.
Does this indicate to you that there was a federal investigation prior to the Cassie allegation and her settlement? Because if not, then this happened really quickly.
Right. So it's hard to tell when this began. They've said it's an ongoing investigation. What we know is that at least 5 people, according to a source, have been interviewed. Now, was it spurned by something that became public? So then the feds became interested, started conducting those interviews? It's definitely more, Fred, than a civil complaint. A civil complaint isn't going to trigger all of this. So that means that there's additional evidence. Now, how will we know? When we see that affidavit that was presented to a judge as the probable cause for the basis for these raids, that's when we'll have more detail about when this investigation began.
All right. Misty Marris, great to see you.
Thanks
so much.